Welcome to the managed deployment demo. With managed deployment, we mean that a developer develops a service in an IDE, and when he's ready and to release it, he will release it to a repository. In this case, that will be the SRM repository. Sitting on top of the SRM repository is the DTGov workflow engine, which then picks up this artifact, this release artifact, and it will deploy it to different runtime environments. So you could have a different runtime environment for development, but you could have one for QA, staging, and production after that. So the artifact would have to pass all four stages in order to get to production. In the DTGov distribution, you will have a DTGov data directory. This data directory contains the two OWL classification files, but it also contains the workflows. And you see the BPMN based workflows. This directory has a Maven structure, so we can import it in as an existing Maven project. So let's add it to a working set, and let's import it. So once it's imported, we can actually take a look at these processes. So let's take a look at the simple release process, because this is being used for the managed deployments. So if we enlarge this workflow, then we have a total overview, a nice picture. So if a switchard application lands in the repository, it automatically kicks off this workflow. So the first thing it does, the first step that it does is it deploys the artifact into the development environment. So there's a switchyard server out there, and the artifact gets deployed on top of it. After that's done, it qualifies it as being in development test, and the developers get a notification so they can do a smoke test on this artifact, make sure everything looks okay. If the smoke test passes, then they can go to their human task and mark it as pass. Then it will continue and do the exact same thing for the QA environment, as well as for stage and production. If the thing fails anywhere in here, the artifact gets marked as fail in the development. Developers need to re-upload or re-release a new version of this artifact. I should mention that we have a couple of custom tasks, 3 of them to be precise. One is for deployment, one for notification, and one for updating the SRM metadata. So what is it exactly that kicks off the workflow? Well, you can specify a query, an SRM query. So if we go to the standalone config directory, we have the DTGov properties file. In it, you may see some governance queries. Here, for instance, the first one, this is the query. So any switchyard application found in the repository, for any switchyard application, we will kick off the simple release process. And then it gets kicked off with these arguments. I won't go into that detail right now. So let's upload a switchard artifact. For that, we are going back into the switchard, the DTGov distribution, into the demo directory, demo directory will go into the switch yard, the demo. So from here we will deploy this demo to the SRAM repository. So let's see what the server logged. Here it logged that it actually deployed out this artifact to development. It sent out, it updated the classification, and it sent out a notification. So it actually said where it deployed the artifact to. So let's see if it actually landed here. So it actually landed onto the server. And you may also have seen that on the email server, we received a notification. So if we go to the SRAM repository and we filter by switchout application, we now see this artifact here. If we look at the details, we can see that it actually started a workflow process for this artifact. So if we go to the DTGov console, we should have a task waiting for us. There it is. So we can click on this task, we can claim it, we can start it. So we'll presumably start testing on this artifact, and we can say, well, it's a good artifact, so I'm going to pass it and complete this task, and now a notification will be sent out to the QA guys. So if the QA guys log in to their task inbox, they will see this task for them. And again, they can claim it, start the testing, do the testing. If it passes, they can complete it. And the same thing for stage at this point. Claim, start, pass, complete. And as we are doing this, you go back to the SRAM console and filter by switchout application. You'll see these classifiers are being added on as it's being moved through the approval workflows. Moreover, you can also see that this artifact, you can see the complete history of this artifact. So you can see what changed and by who. Now, an interesting thing to look at is what is inside the artifact. This is a switchout artifact, so it has these pieces inside of it. All right. So I think we have one more task to do, and this would complete the workflow, and it would complete this demo as well.